Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. I skipped filming yesterday, so I'll get you caught up on that, and then we'll get back to work on the tiny house remodel. It is really hard working up here on your knees. Anyways, yesterday, when I was coming up to the barn here, to the little tiny house, I saw a bunch of birds on the edge of the roof, and earlier I checked the security camera and I saw birds trying to get at that wire right there. They were trying to pull it off like they were trying to use it for nesting material. And when I came up here, I found a whole bunch of black oil seeds. They were spread all over the place. They must have been getting them from the neighbor's feeder and bringing them over here and eating them. So I put my scare owl out here and they haven't been back since. In the last video, I had cut these wrong and I needed to remake them. So yesterday, I figured I would get these cut and installed and then we would move on with other stuff. But I cut new ones and I cut them wrong again. They were the right length, but I had my notch on the opposite side. What a big dummy. So I had to go back and cut that again and do a little bit of fine tuning. And by the time I was done with this, it was already like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I kind of got a late start yesterday, so no filming yesterday, but today we're going to have a lot to do. Oh, and I cut a bunch of stuff yesterday. I got my shims all cut, and I got a lot of sticks. These are for bumping out the interior here. I got a fair amount done, but it's all piddly stuff, so didn't really need to film it. All right, this stuff I got cut this morning. What this is a ledge. It's a cleat that's going to get screwed onto here, and I'll set the panel on it when I put the panel up. That'll hold it in place, or hold it up, while I push it up against the building and fire in my nails. All it'll take is one nail to hold the panel. So with the help of these, that shouldn't be too hard. This right here is the cleat for across the top, and what that'll do is when I go to drywall, I need a cleat over here to attach the drywall up into. I need cleats on the sides and a bunch of stuff, but that's what that is. So, without further ado, we should probably get started. I brought the ladder over, the compressor. I went and found an extension cord for it. The one I had was way too long. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Got a bunch of guns down there, got some bullets. And first thing I need to do is get this stuff on. What these are 1/4-inch shims, and that's going to shim out this front so that it matches the studs right here. Just like that. All I'm going to do is staple these in place. Any that need cutting, like down at the end, I'll just score it with my knife and snap it, if I can. If it's too thick to cut that way, I'll just go get the jigsaw and use that. I don't want to bring the miter saw or anything over here, not for this stuff. Okay, so we're going to get started by setting up a ladder out there, and we'll get going on this. Also, I've made 2 cuts trying to figure out what my peak is. That was the first one, not quite it. And I got another one there that's not quite it. So actually, I'm going to need to go and cut that again and test it out. Once I get that figured out, I'm going to want a piece just like this. And that will go... Oh, this is going to be hard to film. That will go up into that opening right there and give me a place to nail to. I'm not sure if you've seen that or not. It'll go right up into that house shape up there, and this stuff will go up and onto it. I'll show all that in a little bit. Let me go get this figured out, and then we'll set the ladder up out there. Alright, I got my little filler piece cut. It's up in there, but when I was up there looking at it, I figured I need some cleats here and there as well, so I got to run back there, and I need shorter screws to screw this in. Yeah, this is how these days get so long. Alright, I'm going to do those two things and bring the jigsaw over here, and hopefully I'll get back with you on the outside once I start putting this stuff on. Alright, I have them two cleats in place. Now, I'm cutting my shims. I have to get it to a smaller size, and then, oh, that's going to be real good. Got to cut it smaller so I can get it in there, and then cut it to the actual size. And that should do it. Alright, I blasted ahead and got all this stuff done. It was kind of frustrating. These cleats right here, this with the bit as far in as I could get it, it was still really hard to get those in. And then I had to adjust them to get them to the same thickness as the shims up there. So it took a while to get that done. And then I put in all of these. All that's doing is keeping the panel from dipping in when I nail it in place. These studs here are a 1/4 inch further out than the original building, so that I have a tiny little drip edge between the upper panels and the lower panels. That was a problem with the old design. The water was hitting the bottom of the panels and running under. It was caulked, but the caulk fails after a while, and water was getting under there, especially right in this area. Not so much in the other areas, but the new panels are going to have a back bevel, so any water that goes down is just going to drip off. It's not going to roll under. I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom of the lower panels as well. All right, we have a front. I think it actually just passed through, but it started snowing like crazy for just a second, and it got really cold, but now it appears to be warming up just a hair. But I'm gonna go have lunch. I'll get back, and then we'll cut up more of this stuff and put it right here like that, and then we'll be done with this stuff. And then we can go over and trace the panel that was taken off the left side here, trace it onto the T111, get that cut. Oh, we got to put a cleat right here to hold it up. Yeah, I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to get done tonight, but we'll see. Yeah, I got to cut out all this junk right here, and then there's a bump right there. Yeah, that's old caulk. Yeah, this works real good. I need to have a nice clean edge here. Well, I don't need to get all of this stuff out. I just need to get enough out so that it doesn't interfere with the next panel. Yeah, this remodel work is definitely harder than new construction. My shim here is bowed, but we'll pull that into shape after a couple staples are in here. All right, everything is framed and or shimmed out. Tomorrow I'll be putting a cleat across the bottom. I'm going to start on that side, put a cleat on there, screw it in place, and then with my panel pre-cut, just set the panel on that and jog it until it's in exactly the right spot. Throw a nail or two in it, and then if it's okay, nail the thing in and start on the next panel. All right, let's get this stuff cleaned up. I'm gonna move everything back that way, get my owl back in the window, and then we'll run over to the shop and get those panels set up. All right, back at the shop. So, what I wanna do is lay 3 of these out on the floor. They're a little bit curly, so I'm gonna have to weight them down. And the only place we really got room is right here. So let me move this stuff out of the way. We'll get these on the floor, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to weight them down. I'll have to put the weights on top of this, but at any rate, let's get these on the floor. Okay, 2 panels down. Yeah, if the grain matched better, you wouldn't even be able to tell where that joint is. This is the joint right here. It's up a little bit because of the curly panels. And the reason for that is, on one side, the bottom rabbet is really big, and the top rabbet is about half that size. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a little tiny one, so it only comes over about that far, and it leaves this same reveal there. Yeah, they're a little bit curly. Tomorrow, well, tonight I'm going to put weight on them, and then tomorrow I'll have to go over these and pull the rest of these nails and get rid of all this scabby stuff on the bottom, remove it, or just make it so that these lay flat. And then I'll lay all 3 of these right on top of that. It has to be dead center because the way my framing is, the center panel has to be right in the center of the building so that everything lines up where you have to nail and all that. Yeah, this is going to be real interesting. All right, let's get this last one over there. Okay, that's looking pretty nice. All nice and flat there, and all the seams are going together really well. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll be placing this on top of it after I take the nails out. But this one right here, because that bottom rotted out, I don't want that splaying out, so I'll have to measure from here to here and make sure that that dimension's the same on the bottom. Yeah, and it's pretty rotten there. I'll get it to fit though. This is only 6 feet tall, so we'll have about 2 feet to spare at the top. And it looks like there's a lot of waste on the sides, but I'll get 2 pieces out of each side part. So altogether, the entire top part of the barn is going to take 4 panels. 2 centers, and these 2 sides are going to be used for all of the sides. Good, good, good. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting tomorrow. So, if you want to see the skin go on there, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.